Hi everyone, Katie again. So here in eastern Iowa, we had an ice storm today, which has made it kind of dangerous to be going out and doing much of anything. So I thought, well, I'll make a video about doing things because it's about all I can do right now that's safe. So I had mentioned in a different video that I started boxing, which as somebody who's pretty quiet and an introvert and usually avoids danger, getting into a sport where you're hitting people or being hit by people seems like something I would never try. So in July of 2022, at the age of 40, I decided I want to go try boxing because I wanted a new fitness challenge. Cycling wasn't doing everything I wanted as far as fitness, so I was talking to a friend, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you should look for a boxing gym and try that." So I found a place in Iowa City called iCore Boxing, and it was like 100 degrees out the first time I went there, so it was super hot, super humid, and I think there was like one other lady that showed up. It was a women's only class they call Warrior Women. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, so I kept going back. And it's been close to 7 months now since I started training. And in that time, I found not only that I enjoy the sport, but that I have a little bit of natural aptitude for it. And, I'm not like going to be pro or anything. That's not it's not an ambition of mine at all. But I've done some sparring, and it's kind of fun. And I wouldn't say I'm great at it, but I've certainly improved since when I started, and I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy learning. I enjoy improving at it. And I enjoy learning from the other people. Everybody's got their own skill sets, and everybody teaches each other. So I think what I'll do is I'll show you kind of some photos of the gym, talk a little bit about the facilities, and I'll talk a little bit about some improvements I've had in my own health since I started boxing. So I'm going to bring up some screenshots, and let's see in just a second. So this is an interior shot of iCore Boxing. So in the back here, you can see the ring. This is where we do most of our sparring, and also where we hold competitions. So about every other month, we hold a competition. We just recently did a Black History showcase that we had people from as far away as Green Bay, Wisconsin that traveled like 7 hours to be at this thing. So this is a really nice facility. Now, I've never boxed anywhere else, but I've seen some videos online, and what I see relative to where I train, I feel that where I train is a very nice place. The facility is amazing. All the equipment's in very good shape. It's very well maintained. The mats are always clean. They're not nasty. They're always disinfected. Just a really great place. One of the things that makes iCore unique is if you want to pay the additional cost, there's what's called an open gym membership. So you have 24/7 access to the building. You have a key card. You can get in any time of the day or night, come in and train. So if maybe you work second or third shift and you got weird hours and you want to come in when there are not classes going on, you can come in and train. Or on like a Sunday when there's no classes, if you got some time on your hand, you want to get in, get some exercise, you can come in here and utilize everything. So here's me. This is at the back of the gym. This is an aqua bag here. This is when I was just getting started. So I was practicing some uppercuts here, and this is kind of a nice bag to use for uppercuts. I like it because it's open on the bottom. I find that the vertical cylindrical bags they're difficult to do uppercuts on. They're good for straight punches and hooks, but if you're trying to work overhand or uppercuts, the vertical cylindrical bags are tough to use.
So I like these aqua bags for that. So we'll talk about the health effects. Since I started boxing, when I was younger, I tried to build muscle, never really could a lot, and tried weightlifting, did a lot of different things, and never built a lot of muscle. So this was after about 4 months, 4 or 5 months of boxing. I took this photo. This is like the most muscular I've ever been in my life. Like boxing has been tremendous. The training and conditioning that we do has really transformed my body. My shoulders, my back, everything has, really firmed up, really grown too, especially my shoulders are way bigger than they used to be. And also, one thing you don't think of in boxing is your legs. So we do a lot of squats, a lot of lunges, a lot of things that involve the legs. And now I've always had large legs because I'm a cyclist. I work on my legs a lot. But boxing really took it to a whole nother level. Now I do have a knee injury. I've got a knee brace on here. I've had some ACL trouble. But you can see in the photo here, my quads they got huge doing boxing. It's pretty crazy. Which leads me to another thing. So this photo was taken in a hotel room. I travel a lot for work. So one of the things that I had struggled with was finding a good way to work out while I'm on the road. And boxing gave me some ideas for things that I can do, say, in a hotel room. So this photo was taken, I was in a hotel room just working out. I had come up with a routine that I could do right there in a hotel room, just body weight exercises, nothing crazy. And it was really effective.
So aside from the images I already showed of, changes to my body, physical body, there have been some not visible changes. One is just all around fitness. I've done some bike races recently, and the weather warmed up, and I got out on the road bike and was riding the road bike. And I've noticed that both my just stamina to go out and just ride is better, but also, if I want to throw a couple sprints in there, I'm riding along at a steady state and I really want to hammer hard, that I recover much faster. I'm not as wore out when I do stuff like that. So that's been really good. So not only is boxing good for boxing and general health, but it's also benefiting me for cycling. So it's a good combination. They go well together. But another really unexpected thing that I noticed after like the first month, so I've dealt with PTSD and panic attacks for several years now. And it used to be 3, sometimes 4 a week, pretty regular, pretty consistent. And when I started boxing, and I still have no idea why, I don't know why this is, when I started boxing, that almost disappeared out of my life. Still happens occasionally, not very often though. Maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know what it is about boxing. I don't know why it had such a positive effect on mental health and dealing with things like trauma and panic attacks and things like that. But it has tremendously helped in the area of mental health, which I found very surprising because I went into it for the positive physical health reasons. So overall, boxing's been really great. Now the next challenge is, I talked to my coach last night. We just had a big competition over the weekend, and I was there and I watched it, and I've watched a few. And I'm interested in maybe trying a developmental fight. So I talked to him about it, and I said, I'm concerned though, because USA Boxing's rules for transgender people like myself, they're extremely prohibitive. You got to have surgery, you got to wait 4 years, and then you got to submit all kinds of medical records, and like there is a long list of things I have to do to compete as a woman. For me, it's not really important that I compete against women. For me, it's just about how I'm addressed, how I'm categorized. I don't mind competing against a man as long as I'm not called a man. That's the deal for me. So I had a long discussion with him last night, and we're going to explore this. We're going to see what we can do and start training with the intention in mind that maybe we'll find a solution, some kind of way to work things out where everybody's happy. So as that progresses, I'll probably do a video on it, maybe more than one. But yeah, so until next time, boxing has been pretty cool. I really like it. I have some misgivings about USA Boxing, how they view people like myself. But as far as the people at the gym, the coaches, the members, the people I train with, they've all been amazing. Fantastic experience. Really one of the best groups of people I've ever been involved with. So have a safe week, especially if you're here in Iowa, because we're getting major ice, and I know up north in Minnesota they're getting like 2 feet of snow. So stay safe out there, and I look forward to making some more content soon. Bye.